Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. All right, so I've got Bitcoin here on the daily, and it's looking as though we're seeing, at least as of today's daily candlestick, we're seeing some indecisive movement for Bitcoin. You guys can see that long wick down there. Very short body, although the day has just begun, so I guess that could change at any point here. Unfortunately, what I am seeing on the, shorter time frame, again, this is the daily double top pattern, which generally denotes that we are going to move lower, although how low we're going to go, still anybody's guess. Of course, if we stay above this level here, that is, that's kind of the lowest level that we can go before, the nerves kick in. I don't think we're going to go that low. I think at this point in Bitcoin's trajectory, maybe we'll go back to here. Likely we will go back to here if we do see that downward momentum. The other thing that I'm seeing on this chart is a head and shoulder pattern with the double top, which sometimes we do see. It isn't as common as the regular head and shoulders pattern. So two patterns here denoting that Bitcoin in the shorter time frame, on the shorter time frame, that we could see lower lows. Of course, this consolidation period has been happening for quite a while now, and we just kind of want to get out of this range, right? This range has been going on for 154 days as of the time of this recording, and generally speaking, what we've seen for this reaccumulation period for Bitcoin post-halving is 60 to 90 days. I don't even know if that's the accurate number, but we haven't seen the pattern go on for as long as we have. This is the longest so far. So good news though, guys, is that we are approaching the euphoria phase, and some people are suggesting that we are going to start to see the euphoria come September 2024 and into the fourth quarter of 2024, and that 2025 is going to be like 2021 was, essentially a very, very bullish market for cryptocurrencies. And for more information on what I'm doing, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. When it comes to my portfolio, I did have a great live Q&A session yesterday. Thanks so much to everybody who attended. I actually had a good time yesterday. It was a bit of a stress reliever for me. I don't know, I've got some other things going on where I'm just, I'm thinking, I'm getting torn in so many different directions. So, it was just kind of fun to be out there, to have you guys ask your questions. Again, I'm going to be doing these once a month. So for those of you guys interested in joining, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. And you can ask me anything pretty much, about the market, about the $15,000 plus portfolio, my altcoins. You can ask me questions about coins that you hold. Even if I know about them, I'll give you my opinion for sure. A big focus though, guys, is going to be on this euphoria phase. And, this is going to be the time where we really drill down, really kind of decide when we're going to be cashing out of not just our Bitcoin, but also the other altcoin positions, and at what price points, right? Because the narrative of the real world utility, that has been a prominent focus, that has been at the forefront, but I'm still of the opinion that we are in a spec bull run. So holding some of your coins and selling off a portion, probably not a bad idea. As we're seeing this bull run continue, guys, we are in fact actually going back to neutral sentiment. So 57 back in neutral territory. The market cap has gone down a little bit by 2.81% to $2.31 trillion. 24-hour volume, though, that is up to $78.4 billion, up 22.6% roughly. Bitcoin dominance still holding at 55, so that is still grinding to the upside. And a bit of a mix of, green, not so much green, mostly red, albeit not by much. So we are seeing single digits for the altcoins in the red. XRP is down by 6.42%, down to about 60 cents, down to about 0.608, but mostly all the other cryptocurrencies are also in the red. So this is why we've seen sentiment slipping a little bit. Let's take a look at XRP, guys. Because although we did see a big bullish push to the upside for XRP over the last several days, yesterday, an indecisive reversal pattern here on the chart. So again, this is XRP on the daily. Reversal pattern with the very, very long wick, short body, and sure enough today, that has resulted in a bearish candlestick. So a larger body, we could see XRP now resynchronize with the rest of the market, which is what I'm thinking is going to happen. Sentiment here posting that the FOMC decided to hold US interest rates steady today, resulting in the initial drop of crypto prices. So for those of you guys wondering why, this is probably the reason. Traders had some hope that Jerome Powell might opt to cut rates this time, which would have been the first time this happened since March 15th, 2020. If and when a rate cut finally occurs, this would be a bullish signal for crypto traders and would theoretically lead to a higher potential for both stock and crypto to thrive for the rest of 2024. So interest rates are holding, they are not being cut. So the logic goes as such, when interest rates are cut, that means it's cheaper to borrow money, which means it's cheaper to invest in assets like cryptocurrency. As for how we can expect to proceed now, after a bit of the emotional sell-off calms down, expect for markets to flatten out, barring another large event that could shake crypto. Aggressive whale accumulation and increased crowd negativity would be the ideal recipe for a big market-wide bounce. So that is what we are seeing here, at least according to sentiment, okay? Largest crowd discussion rate about the FOMC, the Fed, and Powell since April. So we did see that number go up. Crowd isn't showing major fear or talking about selling their coins yet, but could change if BTC approaches $60,000 per coin. So going back to the BTC chart real quickly here, again, we are sitting at in and around 64,500 per coin right now. Again, this is the daily chart, and on the daily chart, BTC is still looking indecisive. Could move up in the short term, maybe back up to that $65,000-$66,000 range. But I think ultimately what this is, what the pattern is showing here. So we're seeing a little bit of resistance here. What the pattern is showing is that we are going to continue downward if I were to just take it from a purely technical analysis perspective. But I guess, guys, we'll just have to wait and see. So that is the sentiment in the market, at least according to the, the financial sector. In terms of the legal, though, Colin Brown, guys, posting this, Ripple versus SEC, a crucial secret meeting is scheduled for today. If you guys are watching this on the day that I'm dropping it, August the 1st, 2024. This was the buzz. I even recently did a video about this, which I will link up here in the top right-hand corner. This could be the key for Ripple's final settlement. Have you stocked up on XRP? Retweet if you're ready for the next move. So I think at this point, this has been debunked. This meeting will be closed to the public. It was supposed to be held via a remote means and or at the commissioner's headquarters in Washington. Matters to be considered. Commissioners counsel to the commissioners, the secretary to the commission, and recording secretaries will attend a closed meeting. Certain staff members who have an interest in the matter may also be present. So people were wondering if this had to do with a Ripple SEC settlement. But the alleged SEC Ripple lawsuit private meeting for Thursday was just canceled. This coming from the Jay Nelson way here. Was it canceled because they have no need for a further discussion? Does this mean a settlement is coming in the very near future? So we did get some more news here that this was in fact canceled. Previously announced time and date of the meeting. Changes in the meeting, though. The closed meeting scheduled for Thursday, August the 1st has been canceled. So I guess we'll never know. Or maybe if they reschedule it, we might know. Vandal here also commenting, the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit meeting for Thursday was canceled. Makes sense since there's nothing else to discuss on the internally orchestrated lawsuit. Maybe there has been somewhat of a conclusion. I know Fred Rispoli has he posted on the 31st, which was, I guess yesterday, or maybe it was the 30th, where he said, it's coming to that point where if Judge Torres doesn't come down with her final verdict, I guess my prediction is completely off. He was predicting that we would get some kind of an announcement by the end of July. Unfortunately, we are not seeing that. And people here in the XRP community responding combatively, dude, WTF are you doing spreading this nonsense? I thought you were smarter than this. Stop the crap. This sunshine meeting has been going on for years. Get a grip. This is getting ridiculous. This is coming from 24-hour crypto. Vandal lashing back. What nonsense am I spreading? I'm sharing public information. My point is that the SEC has nothing substantial on Ripple, and the outcome is clear. Ripple has been selected to play a crucial role, and the long-term result has likely been determined long ago. This ongoing theater won't change that. Well, I guess, we'll just have to wait for a final verdict in the case. Wanted to thank the Jay Nelson way here. Vandal, of course, Colin Brown, and Sentiment just for posting those tweets. One thing that I think is important to note with regards to the XRP price moving up, going against the grain of what the rest of the market was doing, Mike Manfield here noticed this. So when you go to eToro, I don't know how many of you guys trade on eToro, but if you go there and look at the price of XRP, you get this message. I'm sure it's all part of the reason. I'm sure it's all part of the reason. But there has been so much good news. I'm sure it's not all about the SEC case. So apparently when you go to eToro and you look at the XRP price moving up, why is it moving? The price of XRP increased due to speculation that the SEC could speed up settlement for the long-running SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. Even eToro, an official exchange, is saying that, the speculative move that we saw for XRP was due to the fact that, people were assuming we would be getting that verdict very, very soon. Unfortunately, we did not get anything yet. Maybe this is why now it's starting to reconnect to the rest of the crypto market. But alas, here we are, guys, and I guess we will see in the coming days. So wanted to thank Mike for posting that. XRP Drops, guys, posting this with regards to the U.S. Faster Payments Council. Okay, they've just introduced the 2024 Board Advisory Group, and Ripple's Jim Selleck is now on the board. Check this out. A member organization devoted to advocating safe, easy-to-use faster payments in the U.S. today announced the members of its 2024 to 2025 FPC Board Advisory Group. This ongoing body, sanctioned by the FPC Board of Directors, encompasses a wide array of experts from the payments landscape, including representatives from financial institutions, technological providers, business end users, payment network operators, consultant groups, and payment associations. And so who have they selected? None other than James Selleck, Customer Success at Ripple. That is his position there. So here's what he said. I think this was posted on his LinkedIn profile. I'm pleased to be appointed to the Board Advisory Group for the U.S. Faster Payment Council. I'm looking forward to helping Reed Luutinen and team advance the cause for world-class instant payment solutions that are accessible to every person and organization in the United States. So we've got James Selleck there. Excited to be on the board advisory group for the U.S. Faster Payments Council, and also a Ripple employee. The more tentacles Ripple has in this space, the more I think the clearer it becomes that Ripple is going to be one of those major providers for the future of payments when the world does eventually switch over to a fully DLT integrated platform. April cross-border payment report. Okay, so this was from April. They found that Ripple payments cost numbers are before the transaction, while Swift GPI are after. So that is an interesting, little differentiator there. Also, fewer chances of failure. So they are pointing out the benefits of leveraging Ripple and XRP over the Swift GPI system. Overall, it's one of the best synopsises of Ripple payments and XRP to date. So I will link this in the description if you guys want to read the full thing, but I'm just going to touch on this table here. This section opens with Table 1 that summarizes how the three market solutions for cross-border payments compare across relevant features. Then subsections follow that cover the solutions in detail. But you can see here, okay, feature with regards to market penetration, Ripple not quite there yet, and Swift GPI, that is got the lion's share considering considering Swift was the incumbent. Pre-funding, yes, you do still need to pre-fund Swift GPI, whereas Ripple does leverage XRP for real-time liquidity. Speed, 9 hours on average, whereas Ripple is near time. Cost transparency, ex post, ex ante. So as per the Wrath Economin, he says here that transactions and the cost to perform that transaction happen before the transaction even goes through, whereas Ripple, it happens afterwards. If I've got that right there. Certainty, transactions can fail at multiple stages. For Ripple, transaction completes or fails within seconds, so at least you know if it's going through or if it's failed. And access, VPN or lease line with the ISO 20022. REST API with ISO 20022. They also compare Nexus here, but again, I will link everything in the description for you guys if you want to read further. Very interesting, though, considering these players are, the market makers. These are the companies that work in this market, and they are noticing that Ripple is, well, a better mousetrap. Did you guys hear this most recent Jim Rickards interview? Grace Chong recently did post this. He comments on the Trump-Vance growth plan with regards to finance in America, the American System 2.0. I'm going to play you guys a couple of clips here. There's a part of this interview, though, where he discusses this concept of a national bank, very, very dissimilar to the Federal Reserve, and I thought that was interesting. It did pique my interest. Listen to this.
Be joined by the one and only Jim Rickards of Strategic Intelligence. Now, yesterday we had EJ Antoni on the show talking about how we just basically broke $35 trillion in national debt, barreling towards an additional $1.4 trillion just by the end of this year. If we ever needed President Trump back in office to take the wheels off this inflationary train wreck, I think you could probably make the case.
Thanks, Natalie. That's right. The deficit, or sorry, not the deficit, the debt is $35 trillion. The debt to GDP ratio, so you take the debt divided by GDP, that's 135%. That's the highest in U.S. history by far. and one of the highest in the world. There are two ways out of that. One is reduce the debt. Well, I'm not counting on that. I'm not very optimistic about that. The debt's going to keep going up. But the other one is to increase growth. If you can moderate the numerator but increase the denominator, basically grow the economy faster, you will gradually reduce that ratio. So then the question is, what is the growth plan? And I follow this very closely with President Trump and now J.D. Vance on board. They have a very definite plan. And the pundits and all the the usual suspects of the Financial Times and the Economist, the New York Times, the Washington Post, and all that. Some of them are just guessing. They really don't know what they're talking about, but they'll put something out there. Others are a little closer to the reality, but they put a very negative spin on it.
I'm going to stop it there, and I'm going to fast forward it a little bit here to bring you to the four-pronged plan here. Listen to this.
And it has four parts. One is high tariffs to protect U.S. industry. The other one is a infrastructure investment. So things that we all know about the intercontinental, the Erie Canal and the Transcontinental Railroad and so forth, they were part of this. One is a national bank, not like the Federal Reserve that's trying to do too many things and micromanage the economy, and they don't do a very good job of it, but just simply a bank that would provide liquidity as needed so that commerce can grow and merchants could grow. And then finally, a strong defense to ward off invasion and piracy, not to go around the world conquering, but just to protect the United States itself. So that was the four-part program of the American system.
Did you guys hear part number 3? I'm going to rewind it back to the third prong that Jim Rickards discusses here.
One is a national bank, not like the Federal Reserve that's trying to do too many things and micromanage the economy, and they don't do a very good job of it, but just simply a bank that would provide liquidity as needed so that commerce can grow and merchants could grow.
So he comments on this, saying that a national bank, that would be the third prong of this potential reformat. A national bank not like the Federal Reserve, okay? This national bank would be, its sole purpose would be to provide liquidity to get America out of the jam that they're in. And so with this brand new technology, could this national bank that Jim Rickards is talking about here, could it be running on DLT technology? Of course, they would likely use American company like Ripple. Ripple already does have the infrastructure. They already have the technology. So it would make sense. Of course, Ripple has always said that liquidity matters in the modern financial landscape. This was just from last week here, July 23rd. And so, they've given time and time again, have they talked about the importance of crypto liquidity and why we need it in this financial system and how XRP can bring that crypto liquidity to the financial system. So in this article here, they talk about the challenges of traditional cross-border payments and the liquidity goal to be fulfilling at Ripple. A lot of that has to do with their Ripple payments infrastructure. Challenges of liquidity, of course, as Jim Rickards also highlighted, and Ripple's approach to liquidity availability to ensure 24/7, 365 on-demand cross-border settlements. Ripple is continuously innovating, expanding their network using advanced technology. Also, they're working towards better global liquidity. So Ripple's efforts to ensure liquidity have resulted in noteworthy benefits for customers, enabling smooth cross-border funds and transfers with near 100% success. This strategy for liquidity fulfillment is reshaping the global payments landscape through the use of blockchain technology, guys, leveraging XRP, the expansion of the Ripple network, and the integration of AI and machine learning. Ripple is enhancing the efficiency, affordability, and reliability of international transactions, of course, leveraging the cryptocurrency XRP to make that happen. So a national bank perhaps could be considered in the United States if this American System 2.0 does happen to go through. And the most recent news, guys, the T-bills, they are also coming to the XRP ledger. Yes, Treasury bills are going to be tokenized on the XRPL. I happen to see this from Vet on Twitter. Also, XRP Crypto Wolf just brought to my attention this most recent Ripple Insights blog from just today, August the 1st, guys. So this is brand new news. Tokenized platform Open Eden has announced that it will bring tokenized U.S. Treasury bills, a short-term U.S. government debt obligation backed by the U.S. Department of the Treasury, to the XRP ledger. For the first time in history, the tokenization of T-bills onto the XRP ledger is a demonstration of how institutional access to decentralized finance is being driven by the tokenization of traditional real-world assets. The assets backed on Open Eden's T-bill token are invested in short-dated U.S. T-bills and reverse repurchase agreements collateralized by U.S. Treasuries. Minters are subject to stringent KYC requirements, so on and so forth. Ripple is the lender in enterprise blockchain and crypto solutions, and they will allocate about $10 million into Open Eden's T-bill tokens. This is part of a larger fund that Ripple will allocate to tokenized T-bills provided by Open Eden and other issuers. And so here's a quote, guys. Open Eden's tokenized U.S. Treasury bills represent another exciting example of how all types of real-world assets are being tokenized to drive utility and new opportunities. This was coming from Marcus and Fanger over there at RippleX. Institutions are increasingly looking looking at where to tokenize their real-world assets, and the arrival of T-bills on the XRPL powered by Open Eden reinforces the decentralized Layer 1 blockchain as one of the leading blockchains for real-world asset tokenization. So this is huge news, huge news, and I'm surprised that we didn't catch on sooner. This one from Subjective Views. Now, this was from the conference over there in Dubai that occurred just recently. Open Eden Labs is launching tokenized U.S. Treasury bills on the XRP ledger. Here's a clip of one of their investors who discussed it, who used to work with the Winklevoss twins at Gemini. Listen to this.
Hi, good morning. I'm Jeremy, co-founder of Open Eden. Thank you for having me here. So I started my crypto journey back in 2020 when I started Gemini Crypto Exchange in Asia, out of Singapore for the Winklevoss twins. And prior to that, I spent 20 years in investment banking. I was running Goldman Sachs cross-asset derivative business in Hong Kong and Singapore. So after 2 years building up Gemini, me and my co-founder, where we worked together in Gemini, decided that we wanted to come out and build something that can connect our investment banking past with DeFi, to bring financial assets on-chain and creating utility, composability, and access for the crypto communities. So today, Open Eden, a flagship product, is a tokenized, short-dated treasury bill fund. We call it T-bill, T-B-I-L-L, it's a token. Investors can go onto our dApp, connect their wallet, deposit USDC, and instantly mint T-bill token 24/7, 365.
And just to give you guys a sense of how big treasury bills are, okay, this is just a statistic here. U.S. Treasury securities statistics year to date. Okay, so this is 2024. Issuance as of June. So this is just from this year, June 2024. $14 trillion is or was issued, okay, in T-bills. Trading as of June, $884.5 billion. And outstanding as of June, $27 trillion. So you can see here the bills issued from June 23 to June 24. So we're looking at 1.6 billion in June 23. July 23, we're looking at 1.4, 1.9, 1.6, 2 billion. Then 2.1 billion, 1.7, 2 billion. So roughly in and around the $2 billion mark, guys. And so if we're going to see a lot of this issued on the XRP ledger, how much more value is going to be driven to the XRP cryptocurrency before the speculative price changes to a real world price where XRP demand is desperately needed? I don't know, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.